If you have diabetes, you might be wondering if fruits are good for you. After all, they contain natural sugars that can raise your blood glucose levels. So, are fruits off limits for diabetics? Well, not at all. Fruits are rich in vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber that can benefit your health in many ways. They can help lower your blood pressure, cholesterol, inflammation, and can also improve your digestion, immunity, and skin health. However, not all fruits are created equal. Some fruits have more carbs and sugar than others, which can spike your blood sugar, worsen your insulin resistance, and damage your organs and blood vessels. That's why it's important to know which fruits are best and worst for diabetics. So in this video, we will reveal to you the 10 worst fruits for diabetics. So, without further ado, let's get started. Number 10. Watermelon. Watermelon is a refreshing and hydrating fruit that contains natural sugars, but also many vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and fiber. Watermelon has a high glycemic index of 72, which means it can raise your blood sugar quickly. The glycemic index is a measure of how quickly a food raises blood sugar levels after eating it. Foods with a low glycemic index, less than 55, are better for diabetes, as they cause a slower and steadier rise in blood sugar. Foods with a high glycemic index, more than 70, are worse for diabetes, as they cause a rapid and sharp spike in blood sugar. But here, watermelon also has a low glycemic load of 5, which means it has a small impact on your blood sugar when you eat a typical serving size of 120 grams, about 1 cup. The glycemic load is a better indicator of how a food affects your blood sugar than the glycemic index alone. It takes into account the amount of carbohydrates and the portion size of the food. To prevent spikes in your blood sugar, you should limit your intake of watermelon to 1 or 2 servings per day and pair it with foods that are high in protein, healthy fats, or fiber. These foods can slow down the absorption of sugar into your bloodstream and keep you satisfied for longer. Number 9. Pineapple. Pineapple is another fruit that can be tricky for diabetics. It has a glycemic index of 66 and a glycemic load of 7.7 per 100 grams, which is close to watermelon. Pineapple is rich in vitamin C and bromelain, which is an enzyme that can help with digestion and inflammation, but it also contains a lot of fructose, which is a type of sugar that can be hard for your body to process. Fructose can also increase your appetite and make you crave more sweets. If you want to eat pineapples, choose fresh ones over canned ones, as canned pineapples often have added sugar or syrup, and make sure to pair it with some nuts or cheese to slow down the absorption of sugar. You should also avoid pineapple juice, which is even more concentrated in sugar and calories than the fresh fruit. Number 8. Mango. Mango is a favorite fruit for many people, but unfortunately, it's not very friendly for diabetics. It has a glycemic index of 51 and a glycemic load of 8.9 per 100 grams, which is higher than many other fruits. It is loaded with antioxidants and fiber, but it also has a lot of natural sugars that can spike your blood sugar levels. One medium mango can have up to 30 grams of carbs, which is more than 2 slices of bread. That's why you should limit yourself to half a mango at most, and only when it's in season. Also, try to add some lime juice and chili powder to your mango slices, which adds some flavor and lowers the glycemic index. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so you don't miss more videos like this. Number 7. Banana. Banana is a staple fruit for many people, but it can also be problematic for diabetics. It has a glycemic index of 52 and a glycemic load of 12 per 100 grams, which is quite high for a fruit. Banana is rich in potassium and magnesium, which are good for your heart and blood pressure. But still, the high starch and sugar content can raise your blood glucose levels rapidly. The ripeness of the banana also matters. The more ripe it is, the higher the glycemic index and glycemic load. That's why it is preferred to eat green bananas over yellow ones, as they have more resistant starch that doesn't digest as quickly. Also, try to never eat bananas alone. Always have them with some peanut butter or yogurt to add some protein and fat. Number 6. Grapes. Grapes are another fruit that can be tempting to snack on, but they're also high in sugar and carbs. They have a glycemic index of 59 and a glycemic load of 11 per 100 grams, which is higher than you might think. Grapes are low in calories and high in water content, but they also have a lot of sugar that can spike your blood sugar levels quickly. 1 cup of grapes can have up to 23 grams of carbs, which is almost as much as a candy bar. That's why you should limit yourself to a small handful and avoid eating grapes by themselves. Always mix them with some nuts or seeds to add some healthy fats and lower the glycemic load. Number 5. Cherries. Cherries are delicious and nutritious fruits, but they can also be dangerous for diabetics. They have a glycemic index of 63 and a glycemic load of 9.5 per 100 grams, which is higher than most berries. Cherries are rich in anthocyanins, which are powerful antioxidants that can protect your cells from oxidative stress and inflammation, but they are very high in natural sugars that can raise your blood glucose levels quickly. 1 cup of cherries can have up to 22 grams of carbs, which is more than a slice of cake. So only have a handful of cherries at a time. Choose sour ones over sweet ones, as sour ones have less sugar, and always with some cottage cheese or almonds to balance out the sugar. Number 4. Dates. Dates can be one of the worst fruits for diabetics if you eat too much of them. According to several studies, the average glycemic index of dates is 42, which is considered low. This means that eating dates in moderation should not cause major blood sugar fluctuations. However, this also depends on the type and amount of dates you eat, as well as what you pair them with. Dates are very high in calories and carbs and sugar. One medjool date, about 24 grams, contains 67 calories and 18 grams of carbohydrates, of which 16 grams are sugar. So be careful with dates, as eating too many of them can cause a harmful spike in your blood sugar levels. Number 3. Dried fruits. Dried fruits are fruits that have had most of their water removed, which concentrates their sugar content. A small handful of dried fruits can have the same amount of carbs and calories as a whole fresh fruit. For example, 1 cup of fresh grapes has 27 grams of carbs and 104 calories, while 1 cup of raisins has 115 grams of carbs and 434 calories. Dried fruits also tend to have added sugars and preservatives, which can further increase their glycemic index. Dried fruits are from the worst fruits for diabetics, period. They are basically candy in disguise, with up to 82 grams of carbs per 100 grams. That's more than 5 times the amount of sugar in a donut. Dried fruits are often added to cereals, granola bars, trail mixes, and baked goods, and they can spike your blood sugar levels like crazy. Number 2. Canned fruits. Canned fruits are fruits that have been processed and preserved in a can. They usually have added sugar, syrup, or juice to enhance their flavor and texture. While some canned fruits are labeled as no sugar added or in natural juice, they still contain more carbohydrates and calories than fresh fruits. This is because the canning process destroys some of the natural fiber in the fruits, which helps slow down the absorption of sugar into the bloodstream. So, canned fruits are from the worst fruits that can spike your blood sugar levels and increase your risk of diabetes complications. Number 1. Fruit juices. Fruit juices are another way of consuming fruits without their water and fiber content, which makes them more likely to raise your blood sugar levels. Even 100% pure fruit juices can have a high glycemic index, especially if they are made from high glycemic index fruits like pineapple, mango, or orange. Fruit juices also lack the satiety factor of whole fruits, which means you might end up drinking more than you need and consuming excess calories. So there you have it. These are the 10 worst fruits for diabetics that you should avoid or limit if you want to keep your blood sugar under control. Now, we want to hear from you. Do you eat some of these fruits regularly? Do you experience these spikes in blood sugar? Share with us your experiences and opinions in the comments below. We love to hear them. Thanks for watching.